Welcome back to Master of Magic, Impossible Mode, Hero Strategy. This is part 10. Let's have a quick strategic recap. Ariel recently completed the spell of return. We've been steadily consuming Ariel's cities, and her power is greatly reduced at this point. Meanwhile, Cicera has been growing on Mirror. Cicera's got some sorcery, some chaos, some life, and 20,000 in mana in the bank. We are 117 points, should be just about one turn away from casting Champion. And we'll get to see which champion shows up for our summons. Our casting skill's up to 93, and I've been kind of mana starved lately, so it's time to start putting some mana in the bank. I've been having to cast prayer a lot, and let's reduce this down to something like that. So every other turn or so to bump up my spell skill. It takes 186 points to take me from 93 to 94. In other words, double my current skill. When I've poured that much in, then I bump up one skill point. But this way I've got 131 mana coming in, cast it to defend cities and everything. Need to figure out exactly where Ariel has returned, and as luck would have it, there's Ariel's tower in the nomad town Isami. So that is where we're going to go next. All right, so Ariel's cast prayer against me. And has a whole lot of horse bowmen. And unfortunately, Zealdron does have really any kind of melee. He's only got 7 shields, and he's only got, so melee-wise, he's very fragile. He's got to be the wizard that stands back and casts, sends bolts of magical energy damage. All right, so Hero Master I need to cast prayer, and I need to avoid these horse bowmen to make sure I don't get shot. And like with Holy Weapon doesn't make them any harder to kill. And that wasn't hard at all. Completely destroy? No. Fame, 47 gold pieces. And I have defeated Ariel. Not just banished her, but defeated her. She made the mistake of going down to 0 magic, and I got a Holy Weapon spell. That's actually a very nice enhancement. Heavenly Light, I don't use a whole lot. So I now have a bunch of neutral cities that are going to be spitting out raiders, but I am not going to have Ariel's troops harassing me wherever I go. And definitely want to build some defenders to hold on to this city. In this era of not having Ariel tromping around, I'm feeling just fine about swordsmen for defenders. Hopefully I can eventually get some walls up on that city. And That's done. Here we are over in Mirror. I need to take on Sisera. I need to keep finding all of Sisera's cities. Ouch, Skydrake. Big and dangerous. Exploring up here. Keeping on water. Given that I'm low on gold and low on mana, I've got Serena temporarily on treasure duty. Sprites. Oh boy, Serena. Boom. Sprites. 80 gold. Well, there. I needed gold. I got a little gold. Okay, this city's got 4 defenders and walls. Let's get a granary. That'll convert a farmer to a worker. Go ahead and patrol. This city does not have walls. It already has a granary. Let's get walls. 14 turns. 329 gold flow in. Follow up a sawmill with the Foresters Guild. Follow up a granary with maybe city walls, farmers market. Now that Ariel's not floating around, I can be a little less aggressive in defending my cities, which I've always been. And champion summoned, Ari the Illusionist. All right, so Ari the Illusionist, noble, so I'm not going to be paying upkeep. In fact, I think nobles bring in 10 gold. 20 caster. OMG, OMG. This is, Aries acquired some kind of special ability because she's not normally a 20 caster. And arcane power. This is a great champion, and with it's picked up random picks of arcane power and additional casting. That is some of the that's Aerie in kind of her best form. So we need to we need to make room for Aerie in the capital. And so a couple things I want to do at this point. I think that one of the first things, all right, let's take a look at our items. So we've been saving up this orb of wizardry all along, and now Aerie can have it. Wand of Magic Immunity and 10 spell skill. And what about this guy? Flight and movement. Don't know that Aerie is going to desperately need to do some flying, but she might as well hold on to that. Doesn't hurt. And with those items, boy, and she showed up as a Myrmidon. Okay, so that's she showed up with 1 rank, and I got to tell you, I don't know why. That's not happened to me before. So she's actually just a 10 caster as per usual, but she got 1 rank on. That's okay. That arcane power is still mighty nice. Mighty nice. And now with Aerie in our capital, our spell skill gone from whatever it was to 137. And yeah, whatever it was, who knows. Anyway, that's a nice upgrade there. We'll let Aerie be on patrol. And okay. There's a couple things I want to do as soon as I can. One of them is cast Heroism on Aerie. That will bump her casting up even higher. Okay, this town got its 2 defenders. How about city walls next? It's got a granary, it's got defenders, build walls. This city does not have walls. That's kind of an oversight. That's interesting. Let's buy the spearman upgrade, change to swordsman, and well. So for the longest time, this magic spirit has been waiting. Oh, and now, because Ariel's eliminated, all of her troops disappear, including the one that was covering that node. So let's meld there. You need to patrol. If Zealdron leaves, yeah, then the unrest goes up, and that's okay. We'll just buy the next upgrade on the swordsman there. Okay, we really don't want neutral cities spitting out. There's all kinds of reasons to take out neutral cities as fast as we can. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want them producing raiders, and Zealdron can use the experience, and we like to add them to our empire as taxpayers. This town needs a builder's hall next. This town needs, oh, it's even got walls, well, that's nice. Needs a granary. Wow, it's got a temple and a shrine. Nice town. We need to be sure to end our turn on water, because Sisera is very powerful. What do we have here? Great Drake. Serena is way below able to take on a Great Drake at this point. But there's another node. What do we have here? Behemoth. I think Serena can take on a Behemoth, okay. Holy cow. 2 Behemoths, 6 Earth Elementals. Did not see that coming. Well, it's going to take prayer for sure. Let's see, Earth Elementals are +1 and hit for 25. Behemoths are +2 and hit for 25, so Behemoths are a bigger risk to me. I can damage them, that's a good sign. I think also, now that I've got a couple of buffs here, looks like this is going to go to melee, so let's put Holy Weapon and Holy Armor on Serena. There we go. 17 shields go to 19 shields, and Serena's lucky attribute and her prayer, and the prayer that enchantments enforce make her a lot tougher. She's still got What does that work out to? Something like 16 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2 more. Ho ho ho! Magic wins the day. I've gained 2 fame. You find 170 mana crystals, a prisoner, and 2 swords. Brax the dwarf. Sorry, Brax, gotta let you go. Brax is just a very ineffective dwarf. That'll give me some mana. And 2 attack, 2 defense, flaming, stoning. That'll give me some mana. So that ended up being pretty productive mana-wise. Now that we've defeated Ariel, the next big thing is to go after Sisera and also build up Aerie so she can become part of our fighting team. Aria's spellcasting ability is going to help out back at headquarters. And we need to get Zealdron moved over to Mirror so Zealdron and Serena can combine forces and see if they're strong enough to take out Sisera. This town finished a farmer's marketplace, onto farmer's market. Finished a miner's guild. Let's build a library. Finished a sage's guild. Let's build an alchemist guild. Heroism is for Aerie down at home base. And now my magic skill's up to 148. Okay, the next spell I want to cast is I need to get Zealdron over here where he can help out with the fight with Sisera. Alright, this guy might as well get over to Mirror and help explore. Part of me wants Zealdron to go around and take out every one of these neutral cities. Part of me wants Zealdron to get over to take out Sisera. I've been mana starved, and Sisera's got how much? 22,000 mana in the bank. I can get half of that if I can take Sisera out. So I'm going to... Oh, wait, where is this? That's interesting. What do we have in this tower? Great Drake. Well, Zealdron's not going to be even close to taking on a Great Drake, but he might as well convert this neutral city to our cause. Look at that. Occasionally taking out a unit of cavalry in one shot. It's all about good rolls. 2 fame, 41 gold pieces looted, 2,000 inhabitants killed. I need to start building a garrison force. Not a very productive city at this point. Let's get a spearman going. A swordsman. And actually, Let's send Zealdron to Mirror using Word of Recall. All right. We can, with 1,200 gold, we can afford a little bit of alchemy here. We'll take to get Airy into the fight. Airy's got flying and movement. Airy's got magic immunity. What Airy doesn't have is invisibility. We can't have giants and catapults throwing stones and killing off Airy when she's new and weak, or even later when she's just a fragile mage. So what we need for Airy to join the fight is create an artifact that will give her invisibility, +3 movement, and I like doing these as invisibility cloaks. There it is. Cloak of Invisibility, 463 to cast. So it looks like we'll have one of those in about 3 turns. We want Airy into the fight because we want Airy leveled up, and we want to have 3 flying mages that can fly around and dominate. So we want Airy building up XP as quick as possible. All right, the priest finally made it home. We're building city walls here. This guy is going to single-handedly... How are we doing with our Wizards Guild, by the way? 6 turns, and we'll be able to make wizards. And this city's now got 2 swordsmen. Let's do a granary, and then we'll move on. The granary will free up a farmer, and that'll help me get a city wall that much sooner. Great Worm, another thing that's too tough for Serena right now. Khakha Crisis. I hope I'm not being too cocky here, but I think Serena can take on Khakha Crisis. Boy, are they ready to take the fight to her. We better back her up with prayer here. And with her movement of 7, she can artfully run away from these. Okay, looks okay. We just gotta avoid their they've got the stoning touch attack that I believe could really mess up Serena. So I don't want them to touch me. I want to distance myself and then shoot every turn. Of course, given that they have a movement of 2, and I have a movement of 7, staying away from them should not be terribly hard. Boom! Got the cockatrices. Wow! A retort of Sage Mastery. I believe that is going to do something like double my rate of research, and I'll have the new high-powered spells flowing in like crazy. Ooh, archangels. Archangels are definitely a step above angels in toughness. Archangels are pretty tough. So again, we've got Sisera's capital there. And what is a safe way to learn more about? I'm going to soon have Serena and Zealdron attacking the capital. I'd like them to be able to see what's going on up there. Cromwell's. Okay, since I'm not going to be building troops here, there's no reason to build a fighters guild, and this halfling town can just produce trade goods for gold and food. I got a pretty significant overabundance of food at this point. Let's see. Is there more up here to explore? Yeah, let's have this guy this guy can explore to the left and the other guy can explore to the right. We need Zealdron and Serena to combine forces here. So what's the best way to get the two of them together? Just in case I ever want to take this city out, what has it got defense-wise? Steam cannon, swordsmen, halberdiers. I'm going to stick with my strategy of trying to not anger, not invoke the armies of Sisera, because frankly, Sisera's got a lot. Holy moly, 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 moly. Look at this pile of doom drakes. Where is Serena now? Okay, Serena, I want you to get down here with Zealdron. I want to be careful to not get defeated, because Sisera manages to attack my two powerful fighters in isolation. With the two of them together, I'm pretty confident taking on that stack. And my tower picket force, my lonely longbowman is there on tower picket duty. We can be backing him up a bit later on. Okay, the last conquered town over there. Let's get the spearmen, get the swordsmen, and that's good for now. All right, I'm up to 1,000 gold. I'm feeling a little bit better about my gold supply, so I'm going to go put a little more into spell skill there. That guy can patrol. This guy's done. All right, a big old troop came flying along to attack me. Let's give ourselves prayer in case this turns out to be a tough fight. Okay, metal fires, counter magic. Zealdron has got to stay far away from these doom drakes. And Serena can probably take them on. Metal Fires gives everybody a magic weapon that cuts through that ignores part of your armor. So I think I'm just gonna not risk melee if I don't have to. We'll keep Serena in front of Zealdron just in case she needs to be a little defensive. Disenchant. There goes my prayer. There goes Zealdron's endurance. Well, that was mean. Well, you know what? You took away my prayer. I'm just going to cast it all over again. Let's move Zealdron first. He's only got a movement of 5, and these guys have a movement of 3. So, and when I move on the diagonal, that takes 2 movements. It's real important to take out 1 stack per turn. Your opponent has fled. You've gained 1 fame. Well, they lost a bunch of troops before they fled. I've mastered Spell Lock. Khakha Crisis, don't care. Wind Mastery, don't care. Stone Giant. Wind Walking is kind of a cool spell, a cool enchantment for a unit. I think it actually allows them to move with a half movement point. Is that right? But kind of like pathfinding. But or no, maybe it's just they move 1 square over any terrain. Anyhow, though, oh, and the whole stack moves as fast as the Windwalker. That's pretty cool. Don't really see myself using it, to be honest. Or Spell Ward times Stop State. Don't see myself using any of these. Windwalking's the only cool one. We'll get that. Okay. And might as well just do the marketplace. Or Temple. Temple would reduce unrest. We're going to live with the unrest. That's just the way Dark Elves are. Got a library. Let's get a Sages Guild. And okay, the city got 2 defenders. Next up, a granary. Only 5 turns away. I like it. You know, if I equipped Marcus with some good equipment, he could go around and take out neutral cities. I think after I get Area up and running, maybe it's time to get Marcus taking out neutral cities, because there is a whole mess of them. That doesn't necessarily speed up victory, which is all Sisera, now that I've eliminated 3 wizards. But it's going to cut down on raiders and build up taxes. So maybe we'll turn Marcus into a fighter here soon. Okay. I do want to know where all of Sisera's cities are, although I do have awareness, and it's only 375. Maybe we ought to get awareness cast eventually here. Definitely want to leave this guy over water. Okay, so we got a hero and a longbowman. It's all that was left of that giant stack after they retreated. And our mission is to make it over to Sisera's capital. So let's just keep wandering our way there. Oh my gosh. And unfortunately, lost the enchantment on Zealdron. So Zealdron's speed is significantly slowed down here. Okay, so I need to make a change. Here's a Helm of Flying with 3 movement, and here's a Helm of Flight, invisibility, and 15 spell skill. Zealdron rarely runs out of spell skill, so let's make this switch, and that will give Zealdron 3 movement back, which he needs. And mana's down to 800. We can alchemy over a bit. Zealdron needs the movement a lot more than Aerie does. We want to fight these guys. Oh, you know, why not? Why not? It's kind of good to know what kind of stuff. Ooh, Flamestrike. Normally, to regular soldiers, Flamestrike, especially multi-units, is painful. In my case, both my guys have magic immunity, so the Flamestrike just doesn't touch them, which is good, because otherwise they would have taken a ton of damage, possibly even gotten killed. Alright, the city ought to produce walls next. Granary, go on to marketplace. Farmer's market, go on to walls. And invisibility cloak. That goes there. And Aerie is now ready to fight. So let's get... Aerie isn't tough enough yet to win a lot of battles on her own, but we want her hanging out with these guys, getting experience. So the first step of that is we've got our summoning circle over there. Let's go send Aerie to the summoning circle using the word of recall. There you go, Aerie. Welcome to Mirror. And now let's go find Aerie, wake her up. Doesn't look like there's any way for... We want to leave Aerie. Aerie's not really ready for attack. And may not be fast enough to catch up with these guys. Okay. Where are we going again? This guy? No. This guy. Holy cow, we're almost there. Beastman City. Yep, here we go. Okay. What do our defenders look like? 2 angels, 4 chimera, a doom drake, a gargoyle, and a steam cannon. With invisibility, steam cannons are nothing to worry about, but the angels give a +1 bonus to everything. Looks like a tough fight, but I think my combined heroes are up for the challenge. First thing I want to do is drop a prayer and take out an angel. Nice. And I got to tell you, I don't know why Sisera isn't casting away, but I like it. Wonder how long it's going to stay up. Why is Sisera not casting? Maybe Sisera doesn't have direct damage? All right, let's kind of take these guys out in the order they can do damage. Chimera do 7, Gargoyles do 4. Wow, those Chimera are tough to kill. So apparently the computer doesn't really have anything to hurl at me, but it did counterspell, it did prayer. I don't know why it didn't. Notice how I got 739 mana. And I don't want to destroy the city. I want to add it to my empire. I get 4 fame, 376 gold. I need it. 2,000 civilians killed. Oracle and city walls destroyed. And Sisera is banished. Sisera obviously begins casting Spell of Return. Found an angel spell and a banish spell. What's my casting busy doing? I think at this stage, okay, look, check out the mana. 13,000 mana now. So I can go back to dumping all my income into skill acceleration. And with this new city and everything else, this city is also bringing in 17 by itself in mana. We're going to want to get a good defender going. And this, because this city can build so many fighting units, the cheapest ones have disappeared. And so I'm going to have to, the cheapest I can start off with is Bowman. So that's going to be 240 there. What do these guys produce? Okay, what do I want? Magicians are very tough. They have a ranged attack of 5. Manticores have a melee attack of 5. Minotaurs, well, there's only 2 figures, but they attack for 12. Oh, Manticores, Centaurs. So it's magicians or minotaurs. Maybe I need to start off with a gate tank. So that's 200. City can produce over 50. Can I get something that's over 150? Manticores. Okay, so upgrade up to Manticore. Then Minotaur, and the city can build it. Nice. And spell-wise, I got so much mana I can afford to cast an awareness. Awareness will show me where all the where all the Sisera cities are, and that's worth knowing. Okay, we got longbowmen with a resistance of 12, and Graydon with a resistance of 11. I don't see myself as dropping a confusion on either of those. The odds would be way against me. So I'm hoping prayer and heroism and other stuff will be enough to carry the day. Graydon, though, he's a lot more fragile. Graydon shoots for 8. All Dark Elves have a ranged magic attack. All Dark Elves fighting units. Dropping heroism as the best upgrade I can do on those halberdiers. There we go. Ranged magic attack for the win. City wall on Rosewood, and now you got your city's wall. Go get a farmer's market. Parthenon. University. All kinds of upgrades can come from a university. They're pretty awesome what they unlock. Okay, you got your granary. Really feeling like you need your city walls here. Builder's Hall, let's follow it up with a granary. With those hobbit guys dedicated to farming and trade goods, I'm not running low on food like often happens. Okay, 1, 2. There we go. Okay, Minotaur on patrol. This is a tough situation where with these enchanted roads, any kind of troop could be sent into that city. So I'm going to need to leave them with some fairly formidable defenses. The thing is, both Serena and Zealdron are pretty formidable at this point. So by the way, what is Aerie up to? I really like Aerie. Aerie used to be one of my favorite heroes. Still is one of my favorites. I love War Axe. It's got 7 movement. That's pretty significant. Can Aerie take on 2 Minotaurs? They're just ground based. Sisera is banished. Let's give it a try. Priests, Shaman, Manticores. The Manticores would come after her. Worst case, I can. Well, no, let's not do that. Let's stick with our plan to get Aerie to join forces with one of our other heroes as soon as possible. All right, I don't like troops hanging around. And I'm going to leave one of my heroes there, and I'm going to have one of my heroes go fight. I'm going to leave Zealdron guarding the city. Oh yeah, and what's the city going to produce? Not more Minotaurs. Let's produce priests next, which are 150. So I get bowmen. And then I need something that's about 100 or just a bit over. I guess settlers it is. Oh, centaurs. Is this going to work? Definitely. Upgrade to centaurs. Then magicians are 180. Wait, 180? Oh my gosh. I needed to upgrade to like 130, which I don't think anything has. So I'm just going to buy the upgrade, even though it cost me 160. And I don't want troops on my doorstep here, so the Drake has to go. By the way, what's on the other side of the plain there? That's interesting. No damage. So Doom Drakes are not able to punch through Serena's luck-aided defenses. It's nice to know. Leaving my magic spirits over water as much as possible. There go the first raiders. For some reason, neutral towns generate raiders a lot faster than wizard-owned towns. Okay, this has completed a Sage's Guild. Let's go build an Alchemist Guild. And Serena's about ready to, or Ari, I mean, is getting close to meeting up with her compadres. Okay, so the question is, with those two troops, is the city ready to? And it is not. What I need is now city walls, which are going to cost 150. And again, the city can produce a little over 50. And now I need something that's about 100 to a centaurs. And let's buy the centaur upgrade. And then let's switch to city walls. And we'll have some in the next turn. And I'm literally going to wait until Ari gets here. How much time left? Awareness looks like a next. Well, yeah, without walls, I gotta leave Zealdron in there for another turn. But what do we have going on here? Phantom Beasts. Let's okay, so Zealdron, stay put, and let's have Serena check out these Phantom Beasts. Sometimes there is a air elemental along with Phantom Beasts. Not this time though, because I see 4 Phantom Beasts and 5 Phantom Warriors for a total of 9. That means we definitely do not have anything else, because 9 is the maximum stack. A lot of times towers have very significant rewards. Phantom Beast spell and a shield. 646 shield. That makes Marcus a lot closer to a fighter. And I've mastered Phantom Beast. And there we go. So, do I know what that's an unexplored node. Let's go explore that node. Great Drake, way out of my league at the moment. Did I explore that? That's explored. That's explored. That is not explored. Well, let's go check out this tower. Great Worm. Way out of my league. $366 in taxes coming in every turn. Okay, we got 2 priests. We got 2 bowmen. This is not a tough fight. Priests are pretty tough units. Pretty good spell cast, pretty good melee. And healing. Capital of Hero Town has completed the construction of a Wizard's Guild. I can't wait to have my first magician pop out. 5 ranged attack, fireball spell, missile immunity, Forester. 3 turns from now we'll have a magician. Morndar finished its city wall. Now I really feel like it needs some more defenders. Priests cost 150, magicians cost 180. Priests are little sturdy little devils. Let's build priests for a while. Foresters Guild. And so let's move on to an Animist Guild. That'll cut down on the unrest and will help out with the farming a little too, probably. Got alchemists. Okay, I don't need a ship. I don't need fighters, so more trade goods. And I'm going to put them on farmers. At this point, I've got 51 in food surplus, so I need to do something different. Okay, I got the granary. Frankly, I'm going for city walls. How long is that away? 17 turns, wow. Okay. So, I don't want to have this much food surplus. What I'm going to do, if I build up more troops, take over cities, I might need it back. So, I'm going to start at the top. Okay, what do I got now? 32. And what about now? 14. All right, 14 is a good food surplus. And if I need more farmers, they're in my first 2 halfling cities. So I can easily find where I can get more farmers if I want them. All right, we've got an avenue back in the other direction. And awareness is going to kick in next turn. Okay, what's Airy up to? It's time for Airy to start getting some serious XP. we go. What's going on in this city? We got 9 defenders. Serena is confident that she can take that over. And Aerie is welcome along for the ride. Please don't. Sometimes the game does a weird move, and didn't happen this time. But where I click on a square and it decides to use the road to get there, and then it attacks the defender I didn't want to attack. Okay. Aerie, let's go get you some XP. I think that Serena can do this with her melee, so even though I've got a lot of mana almost to spare now, I'm going to do this all without casting prayer. You know, and it looks to me like even at this level, Aerie is doing more damage. Let's see. So we got 6 figures, and Aerie shoots, and that knocked out 2 figures, and Serena shoots, all that knocked out 3 figures. Okay. Maybe it's all a luck of the roll. Given my magic immunity, flying, and invisibility, these guys are just sitting ducks, which is exactly what I like. No, I'm not going to destroy the city. I gained 3 fame. City walls got destroyed again. Dang it. 2,000 civilians killed. Fuck. Okay, we need to garrison this, as per usual, because Sisera is going to have tons of troops circulating around, and it's just the way it's going to be for a while. This city can produce... Beastmen are great. This city is producing 20 mana. So as I take over this Beastman Empire, how much can the city produce, by the way? 30 and change. So if I wanted... oh, it can't make Minotaurs. So, kind of halberds are my toughest defenders, which I can probably build in 1 turn now, right? Nope. Well, dang. Well, I'll just have to buy them then. Can't wait. And Zealdron is going to be kind of on troop suppression duty. Okay, one thing we're going to want to do here is I remember that somewhere here, I was sure I saw the... There it is. Okay, so there's the sparkles of a node. I'm going to want to work my way down there and take that over. And just out of curiosity, is that a magic spirit or guardian spirit? Oh, dang it, a guardian spirit. Crap. Well, it's going to be harder to take over. It's okay. We'll do it. At any rate, I'm going to get this guy headed down toward that node. And this guy might as well just keep exploring. Done. Priests. I better get prayer on my side here, because that shot didn't seem to do any damage at all. Whoa! Don't want to lose any halberdiers here, so I'm going to do some healing to hold on to those guys. And going to drop on a heroism. So one of these guys is shooting a whole lot tougher. Might as well be this guy. That might have been a waste. Wow. Okay, so although all my guys have a magic attack, they don't have a whole lot of shots in them. I think they only had 4. But they're pretty tough melee. Mechanicians Guild. Merchants Guild. That's a nice upgrade for the races that can build it. Big increase in revenue from the city. Got my city walls. Let's build a Sages Guild. Got my city walls. Let's build a marketplace. Got my granary. What do we want to build? Kind of feel like I can be a little more aggressive on the economy and start delaying city walls now. You have completed casting awareness. This is going to be interesting. What is that revealed of Sisera's forces? There was apparently just one city that I wasn't aware of, and there's one neutral city left. I now know about every city, and I really don't think awareness costs me mana upkeep every turn. I don't think Sisera's in the mode where Sisera's sending out, well, no, maybe so. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. About 19 Sisera cities to take out. What we're going to want to do is take them out as soon as possible. Oh man, this is an adamantium city. So these halberdiers have +2 magic weapons because of the adamantium. And so I'm going to think of halberdiers as pretty worthy defenders for this city. Now, halberdiers are 80. City can produce 30. Do I have something that's a little over 50? Bowman. Bowman. And then halberdiers. Oh, 20. Well, fair enough. Let's do that. We'll have another set of halberdiers next turn. Oh, there's some priests. So Zealdron's going to go take out the priests. That way they won't be attacking my poor halberdiers. Thanks, Zealdron. And halberdier. And one of these cities I'm going to take over. This one's got all kinds of beastmen, halberdiers, and one priest. This one has beastmen, centaurs, and priests. Huh. 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 Well, looks slightly bigger. Let's take it on first. There we go. City walls destroyed again. Cathedral destroyed. Why? I tried to be so gentle. Okay, the city can produce 20 and change. I can't produce halberdiers. That's silly. Can produce priests. They're 150. I got enough taxes coming in. I guess I'm kind of feeling like I can produce whatever I want. Priests are pretty good defenders. Wait, what did I do? 20 for spearmen. 60 for bowmen. Yeah. And there's the priests. Oh yeah, this guy is on a mission to go scout out that node. That was Gorgons, pretty tough, pretty nasty. What else we got here? War bears, unexplored. Let's go check out unexplored. More war bears. Oh wow, I cast awareness. Next up, let's turn Marcus into a real fighter. Great artifact. He needs a bow because he's an archer. We gave him 3 defense, magic immunity, 3 to hit, 6 attack. Yeah. And let's pick a pretty bow. There. +6 bow of magic immunity for Marcus. Where was the sparkly stuff? Over there to the left. Let's go check it out. Farmer's Market can lead to, looks like that needs a shrine next. And follow up the granary with Marketplace. Follow up the smithy with Marketplace. And it's time for me to take a break. This has been the end of 10, part 10, and really at this point, I've there's no opposition. I'm going to mop up Sisera's cities. I'm going to get Aerie and Marcus into tough fighters. I've got a whole bunch of Sisera cities to eliminate here. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's really all going to be about how fast can I eliminate 18 Sisera cities. And if I just went in and raised them or left them undefended, I could do that in just probably a little over 9 turns. But I like building. I like growing my empire. I like growing my heroes. But really at this point, the game's won. It's just mopping up. Sisera's going to complete Spell of Return. I'm going to go banish him again. But you've seen how Hero can win on Impossible mode. At this point, it's just we now have an overwhelming force. 3 wizards eliminated. The last one banished. There's really no real opposition at this point. I hope you've enjoyed part 10. Part 11, we pursue the mop up for fun.